Thank you for coming to check us out here today at New York Coturnix. As promised, I'm going to go ahead and use the killing cones that I made for the quail in my last video to go ahead and do a demonstration on the dispatching of quail in this video. Now, disclaimer, quail will be harmed in the making of this video. As a matter of fact, they will be killed. If you have a problem with that, please turn this video off. Go view one of my other videos or a video on another channel. Just please, if you're squeamish to that sort of thing, you have been warned. Moving on, we're going to go ahead, like I said, we're going to dispatch 8 quail using the kill cones, and let me know what you think in the comments. All right, and as mentioned before, folks, strongly urge you to turn this video off if you are squeamish or you do not want to see animals being dispatched live, because animals will be harmed during the making of this video. Again, we are using the kill cones that I made yesterday. We are going to use these for the quail, and again, I made these adjustable so you can move them around a little bit because they won't fit right up under the buckets, but it's my first set, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to get this done. Now, just because you have the cones don't mean that you have to, slit the quail's throat. You can still use whatever preferred method. You can pull their heads off. You can still use a sharp pair of shears. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to get this guy upside down. Okay. I'm going to get this guy upside down, and then I'm going to pull his head off. And let the trimmer subside right there in the bucket. And as you can see, I'm on my way to doing the second quail right now. I'm going to go ahead and get this guy in here. Same thing, pull his head right off. Finishes shaking out in there. And we're off to the next one already. This is pretty efficient. Gonna get the head off, let him bleed out. All right, now as this is going on, of course, you can move on, do other tasks, get your next batch ready. I have exactly 8 here today, and these 2 have finished, it looks like. So we'll go ahead and move those to the side. And start getting the next 2 ready. And again, folks, it's all about efficiency. That's what I'm aiming for here. Ooh, that one got a little messy. And then we have one more bird left. This one's a little beat up, and this is why we're culling this one. But I'm gonna go ahead, get the head pulled right off, and let the process finish. And as I mentioned, folks, we just, took a lot of the holding out of the equation. I'm going to wait for these 2 birds to finish up, and again, hands free. I could be doing something else right now. I'm explaining exactly what I'm doing to you. Now, aside from this, again, if you're culling a lot of birds, this is probably a good way to go. Each one of these birds would have taken about 1.5 to 2 minutes to finish with the trimmers if you cut their heads off or pulled their heads off and just waited for it to subside. Or of course you could have just left them to flop around, but who does that? All right, folks, and there we have our dispatched quail, all 8 of them. We did a really quick job of that. Again, those cones did help us get that job done really quick. I'm gonna go ahead and get these birds cleaned up and processed and ready for the freezer. All right, so we've got the quail cleaned, ready to go on ice. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna put our quail on ice. I went and got a bag of ice because my freezer doesn't produce enough ice for more than maybe 4 to 6 quail at a time. So we did 8. I just went ahead and bought a bag of ice. All right, and there it is. So our quail is on ice and covered in ice. So I'm gonna let that chill there until the ice starts to melt a little bit, maybe about an hour or 2. Then I'm gonna get it bagged up and ready for the freezer. Now, in my opinion, with these cones, it did make it a lot easier. I'm gonna continue to use these from now on whenever I have to dispatch more than a few birds at a time. And maybe I'll make a longer one with, 8 cones. All right, and once again, I'd like to thank you for coming to check us out here today at New York Coturnix. Folks, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those below. Also, leave a like for the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the notification bell so you're notified anytime I do leave a new video on the channel. I look forward to seeing you there. Thanks again from New York Coturnix.